Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel Dental Cafe. So today we are going to discuss about the anatomical landmarks in maxilla and its importance. So in this video we are going to discuss about the limiting structures, and this is part 1. Okay, then let's begin the video. First of all, what is the importance of these landmarks? These landmarks are very important at the time of fabrication of denture. If you're going to fabricate a maxillary denture, then you should have an idea about the maxillary landmarks, that what are the limiting structures, what are the relieving structures, and what are the stress bearing structures. So it guides the design of denture. It guide the extension of the denture borders, distribution of the forces, and also preserve the tissue while replacing what is missing. So begin with the limiting structure of the maxilla. So we have a labial frenum, labial vestibule, buccal frenum, buccal vestibule, hamular notch, and PPS area. So, first of all, what is labial frenum? This is a first limiting structure. So, look at the video. The structure which is marked in the red is the labial frenum. As you can see in the video, we are marking the center of the maxilla. Very thin vertical marking in the red is the labial frenum. So this labial frenum is a fibrous band. As you can see, it is in the midline. You can very well see in your own mouth. If you are elevating the, you are retracting your lip, you can see the fibrous band, and it creates a labial notch, and it is vertical in action as it contains no muscle, so it is passive frenum, not active. It means it will not dislodge the denture as much as the active frenum. It is passive frenum because it has no muscle attachment. And this V-shaped notch should be recorded during impression to accommodate the labial frenum. We have to record the V-shaped notch in the impression so that we can accommodate the labial frenum. And how to record a V-shaped notch or labial frenum, I have already made a video. I'll share the link. You can go there and watch how we'll do a lip massage, how we will retract a lip, how we'll do a movement to record the labial frenum. The important point about the labial frenum is it is a passive frenum because it has no muscle attachment, and because of that reason we are only giving a thin vertical relief over there. The frenum which have muscle attachment will give a broader relief. I'll show you in the later video. And the next limiting structure we have is a labial vestibule. So look at the video. What is labial vestibule? The one we are marking in a green is a labial vestibule, as you can see in the video. And same, this is present on the other side. The one we are marking in the depth in the sulcus is the labial vestibule. So it extends on both the side from labial frenum to the buccal frenum. As you can see, anteriorly we have a labial frenum and the posteriorly we have a buccal frenum. And labial flange of the denture houses in the labial vestibule. So the thickness of the flange will be determined the lip fullness. This is very important. Lip fullness is determined by the thickness of the labial flange. And here we have a one muscle attachment, that is the muscle of the lip, orbicularis oris. Very important muscle. It will form the lip, and this muscle have less effect on denture stability. So in labial vestibule, we have a one muscle attachment, that is orbicularis oris. This is very important point to remember. And second, lip fullness is determined by the thickness of the labial flange. So if patient is complaining that the lip fullness is more, we feel more fullness over the lip, then you should have to check the labial vestibule whether it is thick or recorded properly or not. So The next landmark is the buccal frenum. As you can see in the figure, the one we are marking in the black is a buccal frenum. So look at the video. We have two buccal frenum in this. One is on the other side. Now you can very well see we have a two labial frenum in this cast. So their number can be vary. It can be two or more, but minimum two buccal frenum present. Now very important thing, it have a three muscle attachment. Very important. First one, we have a levator anguli oris. It attaches beneath from the oris. Then second one, we have a orbicularis oris, which pulls the frenum forward. Orbicularis oris pulls the frenum forward. And then the last one, we have a buccinator. It pulls the frenum backward. So orbicularis oris pull the frenum in forward direction and the buccinator in the backward direction. And one more thing is very important. As you can see, it has a muscle attachment, but labial frenum have no muscle attachment, and that is why narrow vertical relief is given at the labial frenum. Due to muscle attachment, we have to give a more clearance to the buccal frenum. So they are more wider as compared to the labial frenum, so that it will not dislodge the denture, because muscle pull can dislodge the denture if the wider relief is not given. And what it does, it separates the labial and the buccal vestibule. As you can see, anteriorly we have a labial vestibule and posteriorly we have a buccal vestibule. Now the next landmark is buccal vestibule. As you can see in the video, the one we are marking in the red is the buccal vestibule. This is present on both the side, and it separates the buccal frenum to the hamular notch. Mean this is an it extends from the buccal frenum to the hamular notch. Buccal frenum we have anteriorly present and the posteriorly we have a hamular notch. And in this vestibule, buccal flange of the denture houses. As in labial vestibule, labial flange houses. In buccal vestibule, buccal flange houses. Now, the main function of the buccal vestibule is its size is varies with the contraction of the muscle. Which muscle? Contraction of the buccinator will causes the change in the size of the vestibule and the position of the mandible. How position of the mandible? So somewhere here we have a condyle of the mandible. So when mandible moves, when we open wide and move laterally, the width and the height of this area is reduced. Look at the figure. Look at the video. This is we have a maxilla, and this is mandible. So somewhere here we have a condyle attachment. So when we move a mandible, or when we open mandible wide or move laterally, there is a change in the width and the height of the vestibule, and it will definitely affect the retention and the stability of the denture. Once more, try to understand. This is maxilla and this is we have a mandible. When the mandible opens wide or move laterally, the width, height and the size of this area is reduced. So this is very important to record this area properly to achieve retention and stability in the denture. So we have to record this area very properly by doing cheek massage, by doing all the movements. And if you want to know how to record, I'll share the link. I have already posted a video on it. Now the next landmark is hamular notches. Look at the video. The one we are marking in black is the hamular notches. It is present on both the side. as you can see in the figure. And this hamular notch is you can very well see in the other cast. As you can see in this cast, this is more well defined. The depression after tuberosity is the hamular notch. So this both these are the hamular notches. So what is hamular notch? It is a depression present between the maxillary tuberosity and the pterygoid hamulus. Anteriorly we know this is we have a tuberosity, and the posteriorly we have a pterygoid hamulus. So it is a depression between the maxillary tuberosity and the pterygoid hamulus. And the important point about the hamular notch is this is a very important point because this area marks the denture extension. Denture border should extend till the hamular notch, not beyond the hamular notch. This is a termination point of the denture, not beyond this point. If border located anteriorly, then denture will not have any retentive property. Why? Because there is no border seal is present. Border seal is absent if it is present anteriorly somewhere on tuberosity. So this area and how we'll mark this area? We'll mark this area with the help of T burnisher in the mouth. With the help of T burnisher, you will locate this area, mark the area with the pencil, and then you will make a impression. So always remember, this is a termination point of maxillary denture. If you extend beyond this point, patient will always complain difficulty in swallowing, or when he try to swallow, denture will fall down. Now the next landmark is PPS, that is posterior palatal seal area. Look at the video. This is which is we are marking posteriorly is the posterior vibrating line. As you can see, this is we have a posterior vibrating line, and then we have a cupid bow shape anterior vibrating line, and the area between the anterior and the posterior vibrating line is the posterior palatal seal area. It's an area. So the PPS is an area which is entirely between the posterior and the anterior vibrating line, and this area is completely lie on the soft palate. As you can see, after posterior vibrating line we have a hard palate, so it is present at the junction of hard palate and soft palate, or entirely on soft palate but never on hard palate, because after posterior vibrating line we have a hard palate. So at the junction of soft and hard palate, or entirely on soft palate. Again, we are identifying the posterior and the anterior vibrating line or the PPS area with the help of T burnisher. And this area is very important for the retention of the denture. So for good denture retention, recording of PPS is very important because it will provide the peripheral seal to our denture. If PPS is not recorded properly, patient always complain of falling down of denture, because towards the gravity it will fall down because we don't have any peripheral seal. PPS is not completely recorded. So how to record PPS and what is the importance of PPS, I'll make a separate video because it's a very vast topic and very important to understand before fabricating denture. Okay, now I'm going to mark PPS in another cast. So look at the video. This is, we have a posterior vibrating line, and anteriorly we have a cupid bow shape anterior vibrating line, and the area between both these lines are the PPS, posterior palatal seal area. Okay, now we have a quick revision of limiting structure of maxilla. So this is, we have a labial frenum, Then we have a labial vestibule, then buccal frenum, buccal vestibule, then hamular notches, and the last we have a PPS, posterior palatal seal area. And other side same, we have a buccal vestibule, buccal frenum, labial vestibule, and labial frenum. I think now it is very well clear to you what is the importance of each and every landmarks of the maxilla, and how clinically we'll see whether landmark is recorded properly and what is the importance of these landmark in the fabrication of denture. And yeah, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe my YouTube channel and hit the bell icon for the latest update.